Chapter 2 Rebellion Against God. Once we marched against the walls of Ichthyr, but Menoth strode into battle impervious to our spears. He burned our flesh and spared our souls, and banished us to haunt these stones. So linger now our spirits here. Ancient Midnight Rhyme of Acrinia. Spitting in the eye of God, the heretic's disobedient and defiant message spread like wildfire. Others throughout Acrinia were drawn to him like moths to a flame, and in time the heretic sparked the fires of rebellion. Those who joined him were not merely the superstitious or the cowardly, but true individuals who wanted to return to their lives of freedom of Menoth's demands and the gifts he thought to offer humanity. There were some who took to this rebellion with swords and spears, following the heretic's blazing path as he rode over many of the villages he himself had once nurtured. His armies marched on the first city, Ichthyr, ready to tear down the oppressive edifice Menoth had made. Two of the defiant ones, the child and the wanderer, joined the heretic as he prepared to destroy Menoth's bastion. The others rebelled in their own ways. The dreamer drew deeper into her chosen realities, spilling echoes of her dreams into the world. The king of nothing withdrew even further from all living things, his aching need for solitude becoming so great that even others could feel it. Menoth could not stand for this rebellion. He could not abide one of his own, to whom he had given such power and authority, rising up against him. So the Creator summoned forth unfathomable power and let loose his fiery wrath. The heretic city he smote with an earthquake, rattling the stones of Acrinia and cursing the land to be poisoned forever after. The leaders of the heretics' armies he burned to ash, condemning their souls to wander helplessly through the rubble of their city. The rest he bound in agonizing chains of burning brass and forced them to watch their champions receive divine castigation. For the child, the wanderer, the dreamer, the king of nothing, and the heretic, he reserved the cruelest punishment. One by one he looked down on the defilers as they demonstrated their refusal of the gift of civilization he had bestowed upon mankind, and he proclaimed, "Who are these who dare refuse me? Who is this who claims to be my equal? I am the maker of man. I am the giver of the flame, the sheaf, the wall, and the law. For your insolence, you will face a world without my mercy, a just reward for children defiant such as you." And as Menoth smote the world, he cracked the barrier between Cain and Urcain like the shell of an egg, opening an even widening fissure between the lands of the living and the dead. The defilers looked down into the howling abyss, into the endless churning wilds of Urcain, where spirit beasts tore at each other with their spectral talons and teeth. By the power of the maker of man, the defilers were cast down, still alive, into the hell of Urcain, a place of spirit where no living things have ever stepped. It was and is a world where their special gifts and extraordinary natures would avail them nothing, where the hungry spirit beasts of the devourer worm would torment them with tooth and claw. There the defilers would not age, nor could they die, for time did not flow as it does in Cain. Their tortured bodies would endure suffering beyond comprehension across an endless eternal cycle, with no cycle of day or night to mark the passage of time. But the heretic, the last of the defilers to plummet into the chasm, spat a proclamation at his creator as he fell, a prophecy set against the rotten fruits of Menoth's work, a curse from the accursed. Bound together with the others by his disobedience and refusal of Menoth, he issued a prophecy and a declaration against Menoth's great works. Since this land was first turned for the bounty it would grow, stood fast one truth that all mortal men know. Choose ye wrong or choose ye right, feed ye darkness or feed ye light. At the end of your days, you shall reap what you sow. And with that, the heretic's dire words, the 5 defilers vowed to return to Cain someday. They knew the power of their own souls would eventually free them from their prison, and when that came to pass, they would rattle civilization and snuff out its corrupt black heart. They would punish all who accepted Menoth's gifts, to the detriment of others. They would reap a wicked harvest from mankind.